In this video I'm going to break down all the evidence about whether Matt Smith could return Doctor Who, and I promise you there's some really compelling evidence I've found. And I'm going to treat this like a detective. I'm going to go into Matt Smith's motive, means and opportunity. So firstly, let's just look at general evidence. Russell T Davies has promised more surprises for the 60th anniversary. And David Tennant, at a convention appearance, mentioned filming with other people that we don't know about.
So most of what's been filmed with other people has all been inside. There's lots more coming than people think.
So what are these surprises, and who are these mysterious other people? Matt Smith could very well be one of them. So let's break it down into his motive, means and opportunity. What's Matt Smith's motive for coming back to Doctor Who? Well, since leaving the show, he's always been very warm about it and sounded very, very willing to return.
Would you ever be up for returning?
Yeah, why not? I'd come back.
The Doctor's the best part in the world. The Doctor's the Doctor. Unbeatable.
Look, I'll be back one day.
Now he hasn't returned already for Big Finish and video games like David Tennant has, but he did participate in the marketing materials when Doctor Who launched on HBO Max, which he didn't need to do. You know, Peter Capaldi didn't do it. Another reason he has motive to come back is that he had a good time working with David Tennant on the 50th anniversary.
We had a good time though, didn't we? We had a great time. From the moment we met Rico, I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. Fine, yeah.
He has also worked with Russell T Davies before on the Sarah Jane Adventures.
I think Russell has such a sense of the show as well, and I'm really, really excited to see where Doctor Who's going.
Matt also said he'd return for the right script, which is interesting because in another quote he said that he's sure that one of Russell's scripts would be just brilliant, so it sounds like Russell might have that right script that would make him come back. He also regards the new Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, very highly, so you can see how he might want to work with him.
I think it's the most sensational bit of casting. What an actor.
Also a massive factor could be the Doctor Who is now a global Disney Plus show, and getting in bed with one of the biggest media companies in the world right now could be appealing to Matt. Doctor Who is also being produced by Bad Wolf, which is part owned by Sony, which Matt worked with earlier in the year on Morbius. Now that there's some American money in Doctor Who with Sony and Disney involved, there could potentially be a good paycheck there. No one really likes to talk about it, but that could be a very persuasive factor. You know, that's why Harrison Ford kept returning to Star Wars films despite hating them.
He said, would you be interested? I said,
how much?
Show me the money.
So we'll go on to the means. So the means are kind of like the tools in which to do the crime. So in terms of acting ability, he's definitely able to embody the character still. Even in Morbius, it kind of felt like there was elements of the Doctor's kind of physical mannerisms popping up in his performance. Physically, he's also probably in better shape than he was during Doctor Who. Age-wise, it doesn't matter what age he is, because in Time of the Doctor, the 11th Doctor, became an old man, so he can return at any point during his lifetimes. And also his hair was the right length of the Doctor's haircut during the time of filming, which we'll get onto later on. And in a previous video I mentioned how the costume that David Tennant is wearing in the 60th anniversary could easily be adapted into an 11th Doctor costume, so there is potentially a costume there available for him as well. Now on to the opportunity. So this is kind of looking into whether or not he had an alibi for the time of filming. So for this I've done a lot of sleuthing with dates, and I've tried to work out what Matt Smith's schedule was during the time of filming. Firstly, from Doctor Who magazine, we know that the anniversary specials began filming on the 3rd of May 2022. Now just 3 days later, Matt Smith finishes filming on a project that he was filming during the spring called Starvaker. So literally the final day of production on this project is the 6th of May. So just 3 days after the anniversary specials begin filming, Matt Smith finishes his current project. And the filming for the specials continues until at least July 28th, when David Tennant and Catherine Tate film a tribute to Bernard Cribbins from the set of Doctor Who. So July 28th is the latest date we know that they were definitely filming the specials. Now what's interesting is after Starvaker finishes filming on the 6th of May, Matt Smith doesn't appear to have any projects until July 29th. Matt Smith's next TV project is promoting House of the Dragon, which begins on July 29th at a Comic-Con panel. It's a little bit suspicious that he has 3 months in his calendar that are completely empty, and those 3 months happen to also coincide exactly with the filming of the anniversary specials. And during this time, Matt Smith is spotted in the UK. So I believe these 2 dates, the 6th of May, when his previous project Starvaker ends filming, and July 29th, the beginning of his next project, are the most significant pieces of evidence that could pinpoint Matt Smith being a part of the anniversary specials. Now obviously all this relies on the fact that Doctor Who actually wants him to return. Out of all the Doctors, Matt Smith is probably now the most well known globally. Matt is now in one of the biggest shows in the world in Game of Thrones. So these big American companies that now have a hand in Doctor Who, Disney and Sony, would definitely want Matt Smith, out of all the Doctors especially, to come back. So based off the motive, means and opportunity, let's summarise whether or not Matt Smith could have been a part of these specials. The offer on the table to Matt would have been to return to what he called the best part in the world, to co-star with someone he enjoyed working with on a script written by one of the best TV writers in the country, get it distributed by the biggest media company in the world right now, during a time his schedule is miraculously free for the entire shooting period, and get paid to do it. There is some very, very promising evidence here that Matt Smith is a part of it, and I think this would get you over the line of a conviction.
Would you rather play Doctor Who again and team up with Karen Gillan again? Okay,
That will never happen.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I'm not.